Welcome back to the Coldtake podcast on BSN, Season 9 edition. We're back. I'm here with Alfresco, Konechny, and Chokington. And it's like our first podcast in like 6 months. I don't know. Since IMHL, I think. No,
No.
we've done one before that. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think it was S7 maybe?
Yeah, it was
season
probably
7.
S7.
Probably.
So yeah, we're back. I don't know how many of these we're gonna do. Hopefully we keep doing it throughout the season. That's the plan. Uh, but yeah, so we got some stuff to talk about, some hot takes on the Blockey Hockey League, and I guess we're gonna start out with we'll talk about the team, like the individual teams and our thoughts on them. I guess just in our power ranking order, we can do it that way. So let's just get into it. So first off, that was ranked number 1 by Alfresco was the Orlando Storm. So Al, seeming as you did the power rankings, you want to start us off?
Yeah, sure. So I ranked Orlando first because they were pretty much dominant in both of their games so far. Brandon has been extremely good, and that's pretty much all I have to say. I mean, Jam is looking good as well. After he hasn't been the best for a couple of seasons, but he seems to have gotten his touch back a little bit. Blazy has been solid on the defensive side. Love as a rookie has been probably one of the best rookies so far, if not the best out of the draft. And Mitch Reamer hasn't made any crucial mistakes, and that's really why they're number 1.
I mean, I can agree there. By far, Brandon is easily their top asset, as he usually is with any team he plays on, or he has played on. I think is their second line Jam and Olov?
It's Jam and Olov, yeah.
I think that could be like where their weaknesses is, or maybe on the defensive side of the first line. But I think their weakness is probably in their second line. I mean, it's still good. But it's not like I'd say as strong as
I think this is kind of an interesting take here, but I don't think Blazy is as good as points show.
I kind of agree.
Because he doesn't have to do much with Brandon on his line. As Brandon, he's a pretty good 200-foot player, so he can back check when he needs to.
I played with Brandon on a line for a long time, and when you line with Brandon, I'm not saying I don't think any of us here are saying Blazy's bad or anything like that, but he has 4 points right now, and they're all assists, and he's like second in points right now. I mean, it's still week 1, but still, it's not like a challenge. I mean, I don't want to say it like that. It's easier to get assists with Brandon than it is with other people on the ice, if you just can pass competently. Like if you can pass have good aim at where you're passing, and that's pretty much it. And what you need to get assists with Brandon, because he can convert on most of his chances. So I think the stats might lie a little bit. I haven't looked into Blazy's positioning and his actual overall defensive game that much aside from when he played on USA. So I can't really speak on that aspect. But yeah, I mean, I do think Blazy, as the weeks progress, will fall lower on the stat sheet as time goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like I think I rated him 8th or 9th, somewhere around the top 10 in player rankings, and that's mainly because the top players right now are struggling, or some of the top players are struggling for grip at their game. Some of the top players from last year have fallen off quite a bit and haven't had the touch as last year, I guess.
Yep.
Choke, Nick, you got any additional thoughts?
One player that Fresco might be hinting towards is Berto. Berto hasn't done too well so far. Only has a couple points, I believe.
I don't think he has a point.
He has 1 assist, one total assist.
in 2
I think
games.
it's a secondary
In
assist.
2 games. And it might be a secondary.
No, there's quite a few players other than Birdo as well.
We'll save that for Winnipeg though.
Yeah.
Save.
So next on the list is the Vancouver Outlaws. Now I know Alfresco might be a little bit biased, but I mean rightfully so though. I think this team defied everyone's expectations out of the gate. Their defensive game has been a lot better than anyone could have anticipated, for sure. Especially, I mean, Alfresco's been like, he's on his revenge tour now, so he's like
Alfresco
Insert the
revenge
GIF.
tour.
he went from like pretty solid defense into like almost I'd say a Vesna candidate. So not almost, I think he is a Vesna candidate. I don't think that's too much of a.
I also think that I don't think the Outlaws would be doing as good as they are now if Pluto wasn't carrying on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think there's 2 main contributors to this. Obviously, me and Pluto are doing most of the work, but I also feel like the rest of the team has chipped in as well. It's not just, well, I mean, Pluto and me do most of the work sometimes on the defensive side of the ball, but the other players have to be solid too. You can't just have 2 players carrying it, and I feel like they deserve them some credit on the defensive side of the puck or ball, whatever, same thing.
Nice one.
But yeah, whatever. But I feel like on the offensive side of the ball we gotta get better. Or puck, Jesus Christ, I'm so bad.
Okay, I think some of the rookies the rookies on Vancouver, like Farabee has 2 points in 1 game, I'm pretty sure. Krillis has a goal, Alex has a goal, Mason has an assist.
I'm looking
So
here at the
there's-
stats, and Al is like dead on. Your defensive game clearly is superior because in both your games you guys have been outshot by a pretty decent amount. I mean, not like horrible like amount, but you've still been on lower on the shot board and still have won. So you're converting on more of the chances. Then, but I do think you guys need to get a little bit more shots off, or I mean, you can just really just keep doing what you're doing. But when they come against like the Huskies, I'm curious to see what happens when they come against the Huskies.
Could
Isn't
be a
that
very
Wednesday?
interesting game.
Yeah,
It's like-
Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's Wednesday. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I just feel like defense does win championships, but you never know. So we'll find out.
So it's I mean I don't know if I'm curious to see if they can keep the momentum like as the season progresses, like if they're gonna stay like where they are, or if they're gonna maybe decline a little bit, down like fall not like drastically, but like fall down the standings a little bit, as like
Yeah.
if the Huskies were to pick up again, or the Ice Caps get hot, or Seattle,
Yeah.
whatever. Anyways, third on the rankings was the Huskies, which is quite a surprise.
I'm not too surprised.
I mean,
I
basing off
think-
their history, basing
Basing off their history, but going into this season, I mean, good on Ake for winning Vesna, but in these past 2 games, he hasn't shown much. He hasn't shown a lot of upside in his game. He conceded I think like 3 weak goals against the Ice Caps, and then the second game, the Cobras forfeit.
Hmm.
So I don't think Ake has been as good as you would expect a Vesna winner to be.
I mean, I also think, well, looking at the stats, let me find it real quick. Blaney, I think he hasn't really. How many points does he has? He has.
Blaney's fallen off a cliff.
Yeah, he has no points. I don't think.
He has 2 points.
Oh wait, I'm blind.
So I probably would have rated the Huskies above the Outlaws if the Huskies didn't sell as hard as they did in their first game. Like in their first game, it was not just players like Blaney and Ake who were off. Youppi was off as well.
Yeah.
He had so many wide open nets, and he still shot it into, I think it was Doggo. And
Yeah.
I feel like they could have easily won that game. Youppi converts there. I mean, obviously he can't do everything on the team, but obviously, I guess it's like he usually is dominant like that, and he's usually
He has the reputation of a dominant player.
Yeah, so I feel like he has been there. But like Blaney, like you guys said, fell off a cliff. Ake is just, you know, not was
Not
not
as good.
there. I do feel like their second line was good. W5K was pretty promising in the 2 games he played. They acquired Caspit via trade for I think it was Milk Tub, Kuzi God, and like a first or some sort of draft pick.
Yeah, it was the first, I believe.
So that might work out depending on what happens. And I think they have 7 in the tank who doesn't miss. So like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
And on top of Ake, he played stellar in MIHF. Like
Yeah.
he was an absolute brick
Yeah.
wall. And it seems like it's not even like just him. Like I know Peep Zero is questioning whether he's even gonna come back, but we'll talk about that later. But like for the games he
I
played,
think it's been the Whalers because they've every season they've done extremely good in MIHF. Last season or last MIHF they went to finals. This season they won, but I think they have a history of just overplaying in MIHF and then underperforming in BHL.
I don't know why. I can't put my finger on it. It's just maybe it's a team thing, chemistry, something or other like that, motivation. I can't tell what it would be, but it seems like I mean Alfresco hasn't fallen off that train at all. But key players for South Africa, Peep Zero and Ake, arguably the 2 best players on that team in MIHF. Not saying overall, have just kind of like gone into a slump or something. I mean, Peep Zero now is apparently left or something like that. I don't know exactly what happened, but
I think
he might come back. He might come back.
I think South Africa still has some upside though in the BHL. I mean, Nick's played well. I know he's here, but Nick has played very well. I think he has a goal in his last game against me,
I have one
unfortunately.
goal. Whoops.
But I think Nick's been pretty consistent. I mean, he obviously had more points in South Africa, but when you're lining with a player like Peep Zero,
Curtis the dog.
oh yeah, he was also on a line with Curtis the
That
dog.
was for like 2 shifts though. I mean, you were on.
That was
you were tops
interesting.
for most of the game, for the at least the crucial
Yeah.
parts of the game when it was still close.
But there's still some players that on South Africa that are playing well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
All right. And what was the 4th team? The
Winnipeg, I believe.
Winnipeg.
I
love
think
Winnipeg.
I'm kind of here and there on whether this team is like overrated or underrated, cause I can't really tell.
I
Like-
think they're medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of in that medium area.
I
They're
don't
all
think they're
over the place.
or underrated. I just feel like only reason why they can be overrated is because their first line didn't work. Obviously, they mixed things up by trading Caspit, but Berto and Caspit just did not work. Berto was not himself. He was not scoring goals. I mean, at least he did clamp up a bit on the defensive side of the puck, but offensively, he was just not with it. He just didn't have the game. But I feel like you can say they're underrated because of their second line. Like, OV Jets were fantastic. I think, obviously, one of the better, if not the best second line. They were probably better than the first line multiple times. That was one of the main reasons why they won against the Huskies. But I feel like down the road, they're gonna realize that they might need a switch in goaltending, or if Doggo has to improve because Doggo in the second game just got obliterated.
I think Doggo, even in last season, I think he was a good goalie, but majority of the time his saves were by the butterfly hitbox. And I don't want to sound annoyed about the butterfly hitbox, even though I am, but Doggo is just he wasn't abusing, he was using the game to his advantage. And he still needs to adapt to not playing on the red line.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
agree. If his positioning was better, he would be a better goalie. Like we've seen him make pink saves in both games, perfectly fine. Maybe like one or two that are just classic goalie saves. But at the same time, his positioning's got improved. You can't sit on the red line in modern BHL.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not a goalie, so I can't really like speak there, but I think those are some good words. I think Jets has probably been overall for me the best player on that team so far.
Yeah, I agree.
Ovi's been good, but like overall in both ways, I think Jets has been the best player. So
Yeah.
obviously he's making a run for Norris. So we'll see how that progresses.
You and TJ, or Jets and TJ.
Oh,
Oh, brother.
TJ. Oh, okay.
Wow, wow.
I see how it is. This guy's biased.
How is that biased? I didn't say it.
No,
Chokington.
no,
Oh wait.
I'm talking about Choke. He's
Oh,
biased
yeah.
voting. He said TJ and TJ. Thinking.
Ah, I see. Good on
Commissioner
you,
bias, huh?
Okay. Anyways, but yeah, definitely Jets has been the best player. I mean, he has 2 points, 1 goal, 1 assist, so it's pretty good. And but Berto though, we said we were gonna talk about him a little bit more. Al touched on him earlier, but he's kind of been just like I mean, he has a point, but it's an assist. He's kind of like a ghost so far. They got Milk Tub via trade. I don't know who he's lining with. If he's gonna line with Milk Tub.
He's probably gonna line with Berto.
Yeah, I would assume
Yeah.
so.
Oh yeah. In my opinion, kind of a hot take, but I think Berto's a very hard player to play with, like on a line. For the fact that like he's not bad or anything, he's obviously really good when he's like at his best. But
He's better by himself.
he's better by himself. He likes to go both ways a lot, which if you're lining with him might be a challenging communication wise, like challenging aspect like if you're communicating with him, if he's like pushing back or pressuring. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes with Milk. I know Milk Tub is more defensive. He's like a little bit more conservative on the Huskies. He was at least because of Youppi. But we'll see how it goes with him and Berto.
Yeah.
I kind of agree.
Okay. Is that any other thoughts on the Ice Caps?
Nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm good.
Not really.
Okay. Now we have in 5th the Golden Eagles. So, I mean, I'm on that team, so I don't really want to say anything first.
I'm on that team as well, so I kind of can't.
Bias Golden Eagles? 2 Golden
I
Eagles
yeah,
in the
yeah.
podcast?
Yeah.
I think me and Alfresco can take this one.
I mean, we're gonna say our thoughts, obviously, but like, you guys take the lead.
Yeah, you guys can say your thoughts. Doesn't matter. I mean,
You guys go first about it.
yeah. Let me see. The Eagles are really, really tough to analyze, I guess, in a way.
Analyze.
Analyze. Jesus Christ.
Analyze is the word, Alfresco.
I know. I'm stupid. Relax. They're just hard. I don't know. It's like weird because when you're watching their games, you watch Emderville and Fox just cutting through defenses, and they just can't score. I don't know what it is. I mean, they have scored, but like the amount of chances that they're getting versus the amount of goals that they can score it's just not there, man. Like they could score so many more times and be a dominant team. It's weird. And I feel like another weird thing is that they have 3 offensive players, which is Emderville, Tox, and Nick. And you only have 1 defensive player in TJ, and that sometimes can create a buffer when maybe, Tox and Nick or, Emderville and Tox, whoever it is, 2 offensive players on the ice are both pinching. That can cause problems on the defensive side of the play as well. All in all, weird. I don't know how else to analyze Jesus.
I think Seattle. I think they're underperforming hard. They have a team of a two-season Vezina nominee of a consistent .8 save percentage goalie. They have a pretty good defenseman in TJ. They have a star forward in Emderville. They have a solid forward in Nick, and somebody else. Tox, yeah. I think, and Tox played well with Youppi last season. So I think they just need to perform a lot better. They need to get some chemistry going, otherwise it's going to be another season of Seattle being kind of a bottom team.
Simple as we spare the puck. I don't like to put the puck in the back of the net like Al said. I think I was definitely disappointed with our performance versus the Outlaws. I thought we were gonna do way better than we did, but they were just clamping hard. And then I think it took a little bit of time for us to like get our chemistry up, because in the second game versus Houston, we did a lot better. I mean, the score shows, but I think we were just playing overall way better. Only gave up 7 shots and got like 20 off or something on chokington. So I think it might take a little bit for us to kind of get used to each other's play style. If I do worry about the second line, which is right now Nick and Tox, because as he said, they both sometimes. Well, Nick purely plays forward. Like I haven't really taught him. I don't know if anyone's taught him like how to like play like pure like actual defense.
I played a little defense for South Africa when I was playing.
But you definitely prefer to play forward and like pitch
Yeah.
all the time. And then Tox is like he knows how to play defense and he's more defensive, but at the same time he also takes a lot more chances than I say an offensive defenseman would or needs to. So
I think he tries to be like Youppi too much, where he can do it, where he thinks he can do it all himself, and he gets in the mindset that he can, and he gets frustrated when he can't. I think that's really his biggest downfall.
Yeah, I still think he can. He does resemble Youppi in a way that sometimes he cuts through. Like I think we saw against the Bandits, he had almost a nasty goal. He just couldn't finish. I think he like cut through. I can't remember. I think it might have been. I think it would have been Robey and Obtuse if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
I can't remember exactly, but he like spiced them up pretty hard. But he just couldn't finish the goal. I just feel like, and then I guess that leads to the other way because Nick is technically more pure forward. I don't know. It's just a weird line in general. They need to figure it out whether or not. I mean, they did play well against the Bandits, but I feel like game should have been a lot like farther apart considering the shot totals. I think the shot total was like a blowout for Seattle.
Yeah, it checked me. It was 24-9 in favor of Seattle.
Yeah, they blew them out in terms of shots.
So you're giving up almost double shots almost double the shots of your opponent. So
almost triple, man.
well, yeah, I don't know. I expect. I mean, we're definitely in a way better position than we were last season by far. I mean, I think that's obvious. So
And they also have the chance of getting Lynch back.
Oh yeah,
which is interesting. Which is interesting, and I'm deeply conflicted about that.
another forward.
Cause I don't like Nick or Tox. Like they're both really good. I like them on my team. Like I don't want to move them at all. Like because I feel like with time they're just gonna flow really well. With
Captain.
Exactly. That's too. Like I feel like with time the chemistry's gonna grow and we're gonna be fine. But at the same time like Lynch wants to come back and like Lynch is like the
Good.
GM. He's good too.
Okay,
So like,
DJ, this isn't all about you, silly dude.
No, it is about But yeah, I don't know. I expect to perform better as time goes on. Anyways, who's next?
Carolina.
Yikes.
Oh boy.
So
this is a fun team to talk about.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird. They forfeited their game. I think they got quite aggravated and just left. I mean, I think they were gonna get blown out by the Huskies, and they just.
But they forfeited to save their goal differential. I don't know if that was the exact reason, but
tactical play.
Incredibly smart play, I have to say.
Kind of cheese.
I think it's simply genius.
I feel like if they played up to their potential, they could be a really good team. That's
Eric?
why. Yeah, go ahead.
No, you finish. I can say it after.
Oh, I just like Peeps, Sammy. You got Moya who didn't show, Arax, and you got Trip Finn on that team. They just need a goalie, and Tardis was just not a good goalie. They just need somebody else who can fill that spot. But if they get a goalie in net and they have those players playing up to their like talents, like we saw on MIIHF, I think that they could be a pretty good team, and that's the only reason why I put them over the Bandits in the player rankings is because I feel like the Bandits don't have the potential that the Cobras have in terms of their production capability.
I think Eric's is criminally underrated out of the draft. I think he's so underrated.
Yeah, he's pretty
He was
good.
a good pick at 3rd overall.
I think he's probably been better than the 1st and 2nd overall picks. I think I put him 22nd in my rankings. I think he's the 3rd rookie there. So I did put him as the 3rd highest rookie behind O Love and Alex NR. Alex only played 1 game, so it's hard to determine, but he did play well in his 1 game. But I feel like the more defensive forwards out of the draft have been better. Not even gonna lie, people like Casper and Vinny, who are not purely, but more offensive oriented, have been quite a disappointment compared to these defensive forwards who have shown out of the draft that they are capable of putting on the clamps on a BHL caliber player.
Yeah.
I also think, Peepstrow, he had a great season on the Bandits last year. I think he ended point per game. But I don't know if he'll be able to find the same production on this Cobras team.
I don't know. I think he'll probably play with Moya, my assumption, if he comes back. And Moya's a solid player. I don't know. I feel like he could get back to that level. It's going to be a bit difficult, but I think he could.
I mean, he played the level in MIHF with South Africa, being the leading scorer by far.
Yeah, I think he was over point per game in that. I'm not sure though.
Definitely, I think he probably was.
I'm pretty sure he was.
So I don't know. It's a hit or miss of whether this team could actually be kind of elite or a complete dog shit. So it just can go either way.
Yeah, they just need to find a goalie and fast.
Yeah.
But I don't. There's a lot of minor league goalies who aren't playing that are solid options that they could go after for a cheap price.
4 applesauce, I think, could be someone they could look into.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know.
I mean, it's probably better than Tortoise. I mean,
Yeah, but I'm not
be.
saying as a long-term fix, more like a
Band-Aid.
short-term, because they need somebody who can actually stop the puck. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm just saying like a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
But
That's a good way to describe it.
I mean, I don't know other goalies in the minor league right now. I'm not really up to speed on it. But I just know Applesauce was on the trade block previously. I don't think he is anymore. But
Yeah, I think he.
but I still think Vancouver would still make a trade for him anyways. But maybe goalie. Is he no goalie? So he's also on the Outlaws.
Yeah, goalie in the minors. Well, he played a game in the majors out as a forward because they needed players. But yeah, he's definitely decent. He's been decent in the minors. Wide Lucas has been a very good goalie in the minors.
Rick Wall.
Yeah, there's
Absolutely.
people. There's just people in the minors who are stuck behind better goalies in the majors. So, definitely goalies there.
Yep.
And finally, we fall to the Bandits, which unfortunate for the Bands here, as not only is this season looking grim for them, also their future. So they are 0-2 obviously, and I don't know if they were very close. I mean, they were close for part of the game versus Seattle.
The Seattle game, it was closer than the score says.
Yeah, it did say 4-1, but I feel like Choke.
It should have been 2-1.
Yeah.
But I kind of sold on Nick's breakaway.
Hello.
Chokington is carrying this team, and he probably will for the entire season. That's just no cap.
Yep.
He made 20 saves? 20 saves in a game. That's
I've had to make 20 plus saves in each game. 44 shots against total in 2 games.
Obtuse has. I mean, I don't know if he cares anymore. I'm not sure if it's just because he's in a slump, or he just doesn't care.
As BHL Insider mentioned, he's probably retiring after this season.
Yeah, I just don't think he's the same person who joined. He's just not.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
6th overall pick.
Yeah.
And
There isn't much to look at. I feel like the entire team has underperformed. Maybe except Rob, who's like the only one who has performed decent.
I think Vinny's played pretty well too.
Yeah.
That line of Rob and Vinny
Yeah,
is a solid line.
I agree. He's been solid. I just feel like he hasn't played up to the expectations of the number 1 overall pick.
No.
That's my opinion. And I feel like if that line gets caught on defense, it's GG's because they're both offensive. So
yeah, I mean, every aspect aside from goaltending needs to improve on this team. They're not scoring very much, and they're not getting a lot of shots off. And defensively, it's a disaster. I mean, Choke is getting battered, bro. Like, absolutely battered.
free chokington.
Free
Literally.
chokington.
Like, they gotta figure something out if they even want to be semi-competitive. I think they could beat the Cobras. Definitely. That might be their chance.
I have also looked around like the trading block for players.
I mean, the entire team should be considerable at the rate this team is going, in my opinion.
I'm not making any drastic changes
until.
until I'm not making any drastic changes until I need to.
I think this team will remain similar until the halfway point of the season. If they haven't improved by then some big moves will happen. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I heard Choke was looking around the league, but I've heard that many teams are very uninterested in moving their players. That's what I've heard, at least.
It's tough to move your players.
Yeah, I just feel like people are very satisfied with the team is at right now. Because I feel like the teams that aren't greatest are not underperforming and can get up to the potential. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of that weird lull.
It's still early, so like, if
Very
you're at the point where you're not improving, then I think
I think the Bandits' next game, it's against the Outlaws. If we can get one win between the Outlaws and the Cobras, there's gonna be some major changes.
I do think I expect them to beat the Cobras. I think they'll fall to the Outlaws.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
So they mean that wraps it up for our team analysis. And there's so many gifs in this damn group chat. I can't find what I'm looking for.
Okay, player evaluations.
Yeah, that's what it is.
People who have like improved or taken a big toll. I think we've already talked about the players who've taken a big toll.
Yeah.
So maybe players that are, unexpectedly risen.
Okay. I mean, they don't want to go first. I don't have anyone in like.
Ovi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think Ovi's risen to the occasion.
Ovi's been had a hat trick in his first game. I don't know if he had a goal in the second game. I can check that.
No, he still has 3 points.
Yeah, they
He got a hat trick in the first game. Yeah.
They got slapped in their second game.
He came up big for that one game. Got the overtime winner, hat trick. He's doing quite well so far. Definitely an improvement from last season.
I think he's found a home in Winnipeg. He was on the move for most of his career so far, but I think he might finally extend in Winnipeg after this season. If he continues to do well there.
Yeah.
Maybe someone we really haven't talked about enough. I might be biased, but I feel like we haven't talked about Pluto enough.
I was gonna mention
yeah.
Pluto.
Yeah.
Dude has been unreal. I mean, last season he was a decent player, but nowhere near the season
He was behind the shadow of Obtuse and Peepsero.
Yeah.
But it's not even that like he can score goal or he can create offensive opportunities. It's that he can play offense and defense at the same time simultaneously and still be able to have success.
Very good two-way forward.
And he's on the ice with like 6 stamina, and he's still being able to control the puck on both sides. It's pretty nuts doing right now.
Yeah, he was absolute clamps against Seattle. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know if BHL Insider reported this or not, but I was like looking in. I think he said it in general or something like that. That he might retire after this season. I don't
Maybe.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I hope he doesn't. I actually hope he stays for
Well,
Vancouver.
I was told by him he's only playing because he doesn't want to snake Vancouver. He would feel bad.
Yeah.
And so after the season he'll probably retire. I
Yeah.
Possibly. It depends.
wouldn't put it past him.
It
I
depends.
think it
really,
depends
I
on
guess.
how good
Yeah.
how much fun he has this season.
Yeah, if he
Yeah.
has fun, if he's gonna have fun next season, he'll definitely sign with the team he'll have fun with.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's up in the air right now. So
hmm
Let's see
other
here.
players.
I mean, some of the other Outlaws players like Alex and Farabee, they've both got some points on the board, so it's pretty good for them. I mean, I wouldn't say they've like improved drastically because this is their first season, so we don't know.
Yeah.
I think
Well, I think
I think Jen's done pretty good in my opinion, for what it's worth.
Most boys have been solid. Not gonna
Mhm.
lie.
I think Mimi has been good, but he hasn't been tested enough to.
Yeah, I agree. He just
Yeah.
hasn't been
Keep
tested at
that.
all.
He's been tested on low quality shots from the corner because Orlando's doing a great job of cutting shots from the middle.
I agree.
Obviously, you have Alfresco. Probably, if there was
Oh, yeah.
if there was a most improved player award, I think it'd go to him easily. But we
Yeah.
Uh,
Well,
Yeah.
I also think like we stated earlier, I think Jam's been pretty good this season.
yeah. I mean,
I feel like Jam's a tough one because I feel like he's been good. He's been better than he has been in previous seasons, but at the same time, he's playing on the second. Whereas in other seasons, he was going against probably, I think on Seattle, he's probably the best player, and teams more oriented their focus towards him. So I feel like he's playing a lot easier players, I would like to say, because
Yeah.
most of the teams are focusing all on Brandon because they can't stop him as much as they can stop Jam per se.
yeah, I
So
can agree. So, I don't know if they're gonna. Lines will probably stay the same. So, I think he can continue to rack up some points against the second liners.
I agree.
But yeah, I can't really think of anyone else.
Whale didn't really play well in his first game.
Whale, Sammy the Whale has not played well.
Yeah, he's
Not.
progressing back to Whalers form.
He's another, yeah, I was gonna say another player from South Africa that's just like hit a
On
brick
the
wall.
form.
Yeah, just hit a wall completely. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Caspit losing to Dino in a 1v1 yesterday. Also
That was so funny.
Oh, brother.
I think that he did win again, I think 25-9 after that, but he still did lose. He still lost. But I think Winnipeg won the trade overall. No, I'm kidding. I don't think he has any points though. Right? Yeah, he doesn't. We'll see if he can. I know Youppi and him have some chemistry, so he'll probably get some points. Youppi, shut up. I'm joking, bro. It's clearly a joke. Youppi's in the VC. He's clowning right now. Anyways.
Enjoying his time.
I don't think anything else.
Yeah.
Players. I think we've gone over most of the players when we went over teams.
Yeah. Are we going to our personal thoughts now? Hot takes? I think that is, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay, who wants to go first? Basically, this segment we're just gonna say very controversial things and then debate about them. Who wants to go first?
I will go first. I think the Eagles will make the playoffs, and they will actually go far. And this is not biased.
That's a great
Definitely
thought, actually.
not
I
biased.
love that thought, actually.
Because the team, it's a good team. I forgot who mentioned it earlier, but they have the potential to actually, do something. They just need to get it together with their players because, the 3 forwards and Emsroville needs to score a puck. But they can probably do it.
Yeah.
I totally agree. No bias at all.
Absolutely none.
I I think we're contenders though. For real though, I think we are contenders if we like find our game.
Yeah.
I do feel like you guys have. Well, you played us and you played Bandits. I feel like you guys have to go against, I guess, some tougher teams. I don't know if you consider us a tough team, but like maybe like tradition like Huskies. You
Yeah.
know, people who have better offensive attacks than the teams you guys have faced. Huskies. Maybe the Storm. You know,
I really want to beat the
Ice Cap.
Ice Caps though. I really want to beat them. I think
Yeah,
we
I
can. I think we can beat them though.
Gotta be
I
the
feel
good
like
team.
you guys are gonna be fighting for the 4th spot. It's whether or not you guys can come in clutch or.
I I think there's still gonna be one team that goes winless this season,
Mm,
whether it be Bandits or Cobras.
you.
I feel like no, I feel like I might be able to steal a game, but I don't think TARDIS would. I feel like in some games, maybe if I play how I know I can, we'll probably win at least 1 or 2 games. But
Or
I don't
maybe you
know.
just don't take as many shots, then you might also win some games as well.
That's true.
It's not that you're playing bad, you're taking an absurd amount of shots.
Yeah.
Like, no team should be giving up 24 shots in a game. I mean, like, I don't think, it's still a lot. Or, like, at least if you're gonna put up that many shots, then, or if you're gonna give up that many shots, then you should put up a similar number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're getting
I
up,
agree.
shot 24 to 9, and chokington is still, like, 3rd. Like, I think he's still Vesna candidate, honestly, bro. Like,
Yeah, there's 2 good Bezina candidates at this point.
Yeah.
You can make a case for either one.
I mean, he's clearly the heart of that team right now. So,
Um.
I'll go.
Okay.
I think the Orlando Storm are overrated, and I think they'll
I
finish
agree.
third. I think they'll
I
finish
agree.
That was my hot take, TJ. Damn you! I was
I-
gonna say they're gonna get their ass kicked. Damn it.
I think you're gonna finish 3rd place. That's my prediction.
Ooh, interesting.
They're gonna drop off a little bit.
I
Yeah.
think they're gonna finish 4th. Not gonna lie. They might be 5th.
I feel like they could drop, but it's unlikely that they do.
Yeah.
Youppi. If you think you disagree, I'll unmute you.
You speak up.
Speak up, Youppi.
I mean, they're probably not gonna drop, but I
Yeah.
feel like they can lose round 1. No cap.
I do think that they will not drop off in the regular season because both of their lines are very solid. Jam and Brandon are both scoring threats, so it makes it hard to play against them if you only have 1 or 2 good players. Brandon can pretty much beat like a 1 solid player and 1 bad player pretty easily. And Jam is alright, but better than most forwards. But I don't think those would be playoffs.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Like last season in the hat tricks, they had Emdravel and Brandon, and they still finished. I think.
Yeah, but they have Flashee.
Yeah, they
Doesn't-
flash the elite defenseman, of course.
Olov is simply better than Flashee, and he's a rookie.
Yeah.
I can tell you that now.
Yeah, but
I've played with him a lot, and he's only going to get better as the season goes on.
yeah,
Like,
he's saying that they're gonna drop off because last year they were better than what they are this year, in his opinion. Now I do think Brandon has improved, but I feel like he's playing over his head as well.
I think the team has stayed roughly the same. I think that losing Enderville was bad, but also Enderville did not really perform in the playoffs last season. Brandon scored all their goals. Enderville didn't do that good. He played good at the beginning of last season and started slowing down. And Jam was a very quiet, like he had like 12 or he had like 15 goals last season. Let me check. He was very quiet with his goal scoring, and he was on Seattle. So I don't think
The majority of his goals were against the teams like Whalers and Bandits. Pretty sure.
I mean, Bandits weren't a bad team last season. I mean,
No, there's one other team. I can't remember.
Team.
he had 13
Over?
goals. He was tied for 4th in scoring behind me, Blaney, and Berto. Well, he was tied with a Kuzo. Well, no, season 7. I'm looking at season 8. He was 14th. He had 14 goals. He was, I think, 5th, 6th on Seattle, which was a very bad team that season. I think
Hey,
you guys are somewhat underrating him. I think he still is like not that good, but he knows how to score.
Yeah, I agree.
It's still,
I think I'm still.
he's very similar to Brandon. He's not the most skilled player, but he knows how to put the puck in the net, which is very valuable. He doesn't pass a lot, which takes value away from me. I mean, if he starts
Goals did he
passing
have this year?
right now,
He has
I put the stats in the group chat.
3 goals. Jam has.
Yeah, he has 3 goals. So
Yeah, I don't know.
But I think though, as I said earlier, I feel like you can, if as long as you can stop. Jam has his part of it why he scores so much is because he has a really good shot, like really accurate shot, because he doesn't 5-hole that much. It's usually mostly his snipes. So I feel like if you can just play like positionally on him, I don't think it'd be too difficult to clamp him. And I'm not sure.
yeah, but it's
How
tough because you have to rely on your second line to clamp him because he is playing second lines.
Yeah.
So when you play against him, you have to rely and hope that your second line can get the job done and clamp him. But I think you guys can move on to the next hot take.
Yeah.
I think that's enough. I'll mute up again. If I disagree with anything else, I will gladly unmute and argue.
Sure. That's what we're
Yeah,
here for.
I do think that they're not gonna fall off in the regular season as much as as much as I said as well. I did say they're gonna fall off the 4th and 5th, which probably won't happen.
No,
But I feel like they have a good opportunity to be upset in the playoffs. So that's just my opinion on it.
So
When they get there, if they get there as well.
do you have another hot take, Al? Because TJ kind of stole yours.
Yeah. I think I got people to DM me some hot takes.
Ooh.
Let me go look.
Fan submissions, guys.
It's fancy.
Yup.
I'm not gonna clarify who their names are because I don't want to do it. But first one here is Vinny trade ruined the chances of Bandits playoffs run.
That's pretty interesting actually.
Hmm.
Who did they trade for, or who did they get rid
They
of? I meant?
traded Pluto Pluto and Dino. No, it wasn't Dino.
No, because Dino was on Husky. Yeah, no.
It was Pluto in a first.
Pluto on a first. So that kind of also already didn't work out for them. Right now, as Pluto's like playing out of his
Yeah,
mind.
well, I mean, looking back on it, I thought I didn't think Pluto would be as good as he is now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really like any way you could tell. But like, Pluto's playing out of his mind for seemingly like no reason. He's just all of a sudden like playing out of his mind, which is great. So I don't know if it completely bluffed it. I mean, I don't know how much it would have like helped or made an effect though if they made the trade or not, because they'd probably be a little bit better defensively, but I think offensively they'd still struggle a little bit. Maybe they'd be a little bit better than they were.
Bandits would still struggle, even with Pluto offensively, due to us not having our main goal scorer,
Yeah.
which was Peepsrow.
So I don't think it would have made too much of a difference in the long run. And they would have had a little bit more scoring, but I don't think it's very drastic. Any others?
Yeah. The next one was Peepsrow is the second best player in the league, and the Cobras, when they play at full force, are the second best team. Well, obviously when Peepsrow plays up to his best form as well, he's the second best player.
Yeah, I think Peepsrow has the potential to be one of the best players. And
Not second best. I think it goes Youppi, Blaney, Brand.
I don't know
Blaney,
about Blaney
Peeps.
this year. I don't know.
Like, if you're talking about historically.
Well, historically, he's had one good season.
Blaney had one good season.
Yeah, he had one good season. I think it was like 28 points or something like that. He was also on a line with Youppi, and that line's a deadly line. But he was also, I guess, putting more attention into BHL then.
and now he barely comes on. Sometimes, like in MIHF, he didn't show to most of the games.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on the power play of the Huskies, and that's basically an automatic goal every time. Because just no one figured out how to like defend it.
Yeah.
It was incredibly, like, it was like scary. I was like, all right, well, we got a penalty, automatic goal,
No one knows how to shift.
5-0, whatever. But I don't know. Maybe second best.
Yeah,
What
I think you'd be behind Youppi, obviously, but
As
That's
for
what-
Cobras being the second best team, I can kind of see
They
it.
could be.
They could be
They could.
actually. If they found goaltending though, they still don't have goaltending. They have to consider that. So I don't think Tardis should get them to be a second seed. I just don't see it because I don't know who they have playing defense. What are their lines? Peep and Sammy.
Uh,
I think it
I
would
don't
be
know.
Peep, Mia, and then Sammy and Trip or Finn.
XO75.
Oh right.
XO70. They have like good depth.
They have a lot of second line players.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if you get like one breakaway though, like is Tardis able to stop it? It's like the thing. Like it's his key
I
scoring
think
chances.
I think they're gonna find a replacement for Tardis. I don't know if Tardis is gonna play. I don't lie.
I don't think he'll play either.
probably, yeah.
Considering.
Put Finn Hockey back in net.
I think
Honestly, that's not even a joke though. It's not even a joke.
That's not even a bad.
Finn's a way better goalie, but I don't know if he wants to be.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Probably not.
Is that it? Do we have any more hot takes?
Yeah. I have some quick comedic ones.
Oh,
I heard
brother.
Great.
rumors that Rajon Rondo perceived value around the league is about 8 first-round picks.
That is true. That is very
That's
true.
very true.
I also got one that says for applesauce, legitimate starting skater in the BHL.
No.
I mean,
I can't
I don't
complain
think
about
so.
that one.
I don't know if he meant goalie.
Goalie
if
or
he-
skater? Guess skater, probably not.
I don't know.
Goalie is
Mm,
hit or
goalie
miss.
WB.
Backup, maybe, or he could be a starter for like a few games. I think, like as you said earlier, he could start for the Cobras, and I think he'd probably do okay. Depends. He's not a bad goalie.
All 10.
Yeah, he should become a backup before he becomes a starter.
Yeah.
There's very rare scenarios, I think, me being one of those, where you kind of skip the minors completely.
Doggo kind of skipped the minors a little bit in terms of goaltending.
Well, I'm
He did
talking about goaltending. Doggo, he came out of nowhere, but I think in IMHL it was I didn't have any experience, and I was forced to. Youppi kind of taught me goalie, if that makes sense. He
brick wall. Throwback.
Yeah, I know. I was sent to the minors in IMHL.
Complete duster, guys. Complete duster was in the minors.
Yeah, I didn't develop goalie over time. Alright, I got better goalie every time. Like goalie since what, S5?
Yeah, I think so. You've been a goalie for a while. Then you went like to defenseman.
Yeah, I got bored of goalie, so I just stopped playing. Still pretty good.
I mean, now you're like actually like, really good at it though, so it's like probably more fun.
It's better with the glove.
Yeah.
It's a lot
Probably
better
is.
with
The glove's stupid. I hate being saved off of it.
Mad cause bad.
That too.
Alright,
I don't think I have anything else to be honest. I think it covered. I mean, do you have anything else?
Start roasting all the players, 1 through
Yeah.
32.
Yep, every
Oh yeah,
Every
let's go
player.
pull up the player rankings.
Roast next to each name. No.
We could do a roast next to top 2 players, Brumlin and Youppi.
Brownland and UP.
That's enough for like
Brumlin's
3 hours
easy to
of
roast.
time. I don't think
Yeah, I was gonna say Brumlin's
Brumlin
pretty
has a
easy.
lot.
Yeah, we're gonna have too many. I think we're gonna have to limit the time.
We're gonna have to call it quits against
Early.
Brumlin.
at the show earlier, the top take up like 4 hours of her time, possibly.
I mean, we're only at 55 minutes, surprisingly, of
Any
time.
other bread ideas we can do, or do we just want to start roasting these guys?
Youppi, got anything? Got any ideas? Well, we could do
Improv.
yeah,
Comment.
Oh, predictions.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna just based off the schedule. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
pull up schedule, see who's best, or
Thinks
take
Youppi.
take your picks. Let's take your picks. We'll record our picks. Honestly, who's the best
Yep.
pick? Gonna lie.
Okay. I'll go.
First game.
Let's start off on Wednesday.
Yep.
Between Outlaws and Huskies. First game. That is the first game on Wednesday.
Mhm.
I think Huskies win 3-1.
5-2 Huskies.
5-3.
I think Huskies win. 3-1. Yeah, I think 3-1 as well. Honestly.
I think Alfresco can hold them in the game long enough so then they don't get absolutely blown out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do think the Huskies are gonna win against us, unfortunately. But maybe like possibly, but maybe I'm thinking more 3-1 with an empty net goal.
Could be a lower scoring game though.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the
All
game
of our
after
games
that.
are lower scoring.
I think the game after that though will be way lower or high
What's
scoring.
that? Huskies and Storm.
I
That's
don't
a tough
know.
one.
I don't know. I think Huskies can win. I think
Both
Huskies.
teams
Yeah.
can win.
I
I
think
think-
Huskies will take it in
Huskies will
overtime.
win.
6-5. My prediction. 6-5.
6-5.
I think it'll be very high scoring because we have a Youppi, I think, and then also
You
you have
think I'm letting
a,
Grumlin score?
you never know. You never know.
Actually,
have
that's a
Jam,
good
too.
point there. That's a good point he brought up.
Hey,
Who
Youppi, how
wants
about
to
I
let him
slide
score?
you $5 PayPal and you throw so you can get my scores on point?
The thing is though, you
sounds
have Ake who's not been at top of his game,
That's true.
and Youppi can beat Memener pretty consistently. So
I,
it's like
I think Ake will bounce back, but it's
Actually, no, I
hard
think
to
it's high scoring.
it's hard to recover goalie stats in BHL. If you have one bad game, your whole obviously I know everything isn't that it's more stat based, but I had one bad game against the hat tricks, and it kind of ruined me.
Alright, next games.
you guys didn't even say your scores for that game.
Oh yeah.
5-4.
5-4 who?
Huskies in overtime as well.
I'm gonna go with 5-2 Huskies. I think Huskies make a statement win and return back to form.
I have I'm gonna agree with Alfresco.
I have Goldie getting the overtime winner as well.
I think Brandon stat pads late with a goal under 30 seconds. Taking bets, laying my money $100.
Whoa! Let's go.
Nope.
Actually, I think I have a different prediction for the game. I think actually,
I
the
think Alfresco
Huskies.
loses Wi-Fi.
That too. The Huskies are gonna score a lot of goals in the Storm, right? And then Brandon's gonna say that it's a troll scrim, and then the game will be over. Simply after that,
Good one.
it'll be a forfeit win. The rest of the team will leave.
Nah, I still think Brandon will score with like 130 seconds.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, next game.
Okay, we have
Good.
Eagles at Storm. I mean, I think me and Nick can confidently say Eagles will win this one easily.
Yeah, of course.
No, I think it'll be I unfortunately
Epic
think
Storm.
it'd be like 6-3 Storm. It's my prediction. Unless Emdrell like plays out of his
Hold
mind,
on 2 seconds.
or
I
everyone
think
else
no. I
scores.
think he'll return to form. He'll start to become like the return to form, and I
Emdrell
will
starts.
simply improve.
Yeah,
That's how it will end.
I think Nick will score a goal. I think Emdrell
Yup.
will score a goal. I
Yup.
might get one. Tox will probably get one. The whole team will get one. Jen will get a goal. Yeah, I'll simply just drop a hat trick. Simply.
Easily, yep.
It's not that difficult.
I think
I mean,
Curse the dog will get a couple goals as well.
we're calling up debated next
Oh,
game.
of course.
I'm
How
gonna
could I
go
have
with
forgotten?
hot take here. I'm gonna go 2-0 Storm. I think it's gonna be an extremely close game to the end. I just
Fair.
think the Eagles won't be
Okay.
able to finish like usual.
Finish? I mean, fair. I meant fair. Oh, choke
No.
is
I just feel
Sorry.
like the Storm are gonna have a down game versus the Eagles. I just feel like they're not gonna be able to score as much as they usually do.
Yeah, we'll simply put on the clamps.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Simply.
Choke, what's your score?
What is it? Eagles and Storm?
Yes.
Yes.
Hmm.
Two best teams in the league.
Facts.
I have the Eagles and OT.
Ooh, I like
Three.
that one.
Fantastic. That's a good. That's a good prediction.
Great prediction. It's probably the best one so far. Anyways,
Bias.
Commissioner
Of course not.
Commissioner bias,
I
guys.
think we're hearing something coming in from the peanut gallery. Anyways,
We have
Nick?
Bandits Outlaws. Outlaws get the home dub. 3-0.
First home game. It's actually. I think we win 2-0.
Nick.
It'll be definitely a close. I think it'll be a close game because both teams. Who is it? Bandits and Outlaws.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bandits are good at defense, and they kind of can't. Or no.
That's
Outlaws. I
Bandits
forgot.
are good
I
at
forgot.
defense because they're chokington.
Yeah.
So.
See, the Outlaws are good at defense. I think we used to we touched on earlier how they kind of have a little issue scoring. You can obviously score, but
little.
just a little.
Just a tad.
Yes, it's sad. So I think it'll be like 2-0. Yeah, 2-0 Outlaws.
I think 1-0 Outlaws.
Bias? No, I'm kidding.
I think it's more of a. I think it's
Bias
probably
for
going to
tank.
be a P roller.
From half court.
Hell yeah! It's probably going to be a
It's just
half
like
court.
it's just like South Africa, like the 2 half-court shots.
Relax. I pinged the one of them. It just went in the net. I don't know how. Super delayed ping. Choke
And
feels me.
it says Saturday, but really it's got moved to Sunday. We have the Ice Caps at Cobras.
Oh,
Ice Caps.
Ice Caps 5-0.
Ice Caps.
Ice Caps.
3-1.
4-1.
Huh.
Be a
I'm gonna
close
go.
game.
I'm gonna go with. I think Cobras come out flying. To be honest, I think they win 4-3 in overtime. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna go with the underdog here.
Doesn't hurt to do that once in a while.
Yeah. The next game is Carolina at Houston. I think Bandits take this one 2-1 overtime.
Who is this again?
Bandits
Bandits.
at Cobras. Or other way around.
I'd say the Cobras will come out this game after getting completely murdered by the Ice Caps, and then they will win this game, and it'll be, I'd say, 3-1.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cobras here. I hopefully that my first prediction checks up that they win the first game, so they feel good about themselves and they beat the Bandits. I'm gonna go 4-3. I think, 4-3, no overtime.
I think I think it's tank season, so I'm gonna go Gonna go with 4-2 Cobras.
Okay. Last game, Winnipeg at Seattle.
Winnipeg 1-0 in overtime.
Tough.
See, kind of biased, but I actually do think we can beat them. 3-2 overtime.
Rather close game. I say 3-2 Winnipeg.
3-3
I say we'll
tie.
get a point out of it. Yeah, 3-3 tie, of course.
I think permanently rating how much scoring is gonna happen in this game. I think that the or Birdo returns to form finally.
No,
And,
brother.
I also think that Doggo's or the Eagles start finally putting the puck in the net as many times as they think. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 7-6 Ice Caps.
Damn.
Jesus.
That's a high scoring game.
Very high
I think
scoring
it's
game.
going to be. I think that they're gonna. Both teams are just gonna start popping off on offense.
No defense though. 0.
Defense doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're gonna be standing at the opposing team's blue line, you know?
Yep.
It's gonna be a game of chicken. Who moves first?
Chicken baby.
Alright, well I think that wraps it up.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all the games. Anything else you want to talk about or say or anything before we cut it?
Last cuts or last takes.
Also, feel free to give us topics in the
Yeah.
comments.
DM or comment. Yeah, comment would be nice. Youppi, you got anything?
I think Youppi's.
Oh, I think he's AFK. Oh, he's here.
No, he's here. He's here. He's here. Yeah.
Trying to play loud
Dude,
music.
like
He's trying. He's trying.
He tried.
he tried the rhythm bot, and unfortunately we're in a group chat.
Moron.
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 Reasons why Youppi is not a top 10 player in the BHL.
Number 1.
Alright,
Yeah. Let's
It sucks.
number
wrap
1.
it up.
He can't score goals. Number 2. Can't play defense.
Guys, we're getting a long-winded. We're gonna have to cut it here before we
Yeah,
get like DDoSed or murdered, you know?
Yeah, you're
Terrible
right. All right.
defenseman.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching. No, I'm serious. Thanks for listening, tuning in. We'll be back next week, I think.
Yes,
My-
let's do
my-
it again.
Let's do it again next week. Probably same crew. Maybe add another person. I don't know. We'll see.
Special guest.
Special guest, yeah. Be sure to subscribe. Hit that like button. Turn it.
Guys, we're supposed to be professional, man. This is the BHL. Come on.
Oh my god.
Why are we laughing?
Anyways, we'll see you next week. Take care.